And now, on with the show.
Welcome to 4 Movies, where I'll be discussing 4 movies that have something in common, but what they have in common is known to me. But is it known to you? If you can figure it out, say it, because at the end of the video I will say it, and then, say before then, people like, yeah, right. It kind of makes your ability to figure out what the world was, the similarities between them, questionable, but it's okay, it's alright. They'll be like, good job. And here we go. This one might be a little bit more of a challenge. But here we go. First movie. A beautiful, beautiful kids movie. Monster House. This is one of those ones that was like, it's a horror film for kids. Well, I don't know if it's a horror film for kids. It's animated, and maybe you think the animation is for kids, but not all animation is for kids. Just saying, this is applicable. I wouldn't show young children this. You don't want them to have nightmares. But it is a legit horror movie. I'm going to give you that much. And the fun of it, like I said, it's probably good for teens. Or somebody, or people approaching the teens. It's like it's a legit horror movie. Like I said, I would. Oh man, I don't know. Would you say that this is as kiddie as Paranorman? Because Paranorman's a legit horror movie too. Like it goes hard, but maybe Paranorman's a little bit more kid friendly than this movie was. I don't know. Like the backstory was dark. That was dark, but. Anyways, it's basically there's a house and it's creepy and it's haunted and it's alive type deal, or it's alive because it's haunted, something like that. Phenomenal movie. If you haven't seen it, definitely see it. I thought it was great. My favorite scene in there has got to be where it's like, oh, blah blah blah, this happens. It's like, that must be the uvula, and they're like, so it's a girl. It's like, no. It's the dangly thing in your throat. Alright. That's a fun one. If you like horror movies, you should see that. It's like one of those things where it's like, I don't think this movie, no way. You think this movie's PG-13? This movie's PG-13? I don't know. Does it say it on there? No, that's PG. PG makes sense. Yeah, it's PG. Makes sense. Like I said, that could be a good list of like best PG horror movies. Wow, that could be an interesting list. My top PG-13 horror movies. You've seen those, but you haven't seen top PG horror movies. Maybe that's why they made this. It was one of those things where it's like, it's top of the genre, what's up? Because, PG-13 horror movie, I don't know, Skeleton Key was a good one. But you've seen a bunch of lists on that stuff. And the second movie is the not for kids. Boom! Big Lebowski is great. I'm gonna tell you right now, I use the meme of Sam Elliott as the narrator. I mean, having Sam Elliott as the narrator is great. I'm sorry, I'm moving weird, or my hands moving weird. One of those things, like, I always feel like this is trying to cover me up or something. Anyways, we're gonna put that over there. We're gonna put that there. Okay. And anyways, the movie is phenomenal. It's got situational, like, to the brim situational comedy that is so good and so well played, especially by Jeff Bridges and John Goodman, I believe. And both of them are just great, eating up the scenery. So well played. And then, like I said, if you haven't seen it, basically what it is there's a guy who likes to bowl, and then he gets his rug stolen, and his rug really tied the room together, and then he is satirical in his view of the world, and he's got to try and get this rug back because somebody thought that he was somebody else, and so him trying to do this leads him into a whole bunch of kooky adventures. Like I said, a million great scenes in this movie. Like I said, this would definitely have to be in my top 10 movies of all time. Definitely in my top 10. It's not in my top 5 because my top 5's set, but this would have to be in my top 10. This would have to definitely be in my top 10. I have to write that down. Because I'm still trying to make my top 10 list. Like, my top 5's set in stone, but trying to make a top 10. But this would have to be in there because it's so well played, so good, and it just works on so many levels. It is situational comedy that just makes you laugh, and like the situations that he gets into are just so comical, but at the same time, like, in a situational way. It's not slapstick in any way, but there's some physical comedy in there, you know? And so it's like, it's really well played. It's supposed to be neo-noir, but like in a different context. I mean, it's by the guys that did Oh Brother Where Art Thou, which is supposed to be like a retelling of, a different kind of retelling of Homer's The Odyssey. So that's interesting. And they did this, and I think it's a big success. I think a bunch of people have seen this movie, and I'm glad because I believe a bunch of people should. Has so many great lines, so well placed and well done. You know, like where the guys are coming in there going, "Where's the money, Lebowski? Where's the money, Lebowski?" He's like, "The money from the bunny has." He's like, "I don't know. Let me look one more time." You know, and then was it where the guy's holding the bowling ball and he's like, "What is this?" He's like, "You are obviously not a golfer." And he drops it down. So well played. One of my favorite scenes in the movie is he goes to this dirty filmmaker house and his palatial pad, and he's sitting there, and the guy gets a phone call. He's like, "I gotta take this phone call." He sits there, does a phone call, he starts jotting down some notes. He takes the paper, he's like, "I'll be right back." And then he walks off, and then the dude, who's the main character, runs over there to see what in the world he wrote, and takes a pencil and like scratches on the paper to see what it is, and it's not what he thought it was. That joke gets me every time. It's so good. It's so well played. But yeah, no, if you haven't seen this movie, definitely see it. Well worth a watch. And now we're on to our third movie. Boom! Zombieland. That's right, Zombieland. Zombieland 2 is really good too. Like, Zombieland and Zombieland 2 are both well played and really good. That would be ones for a double feature. Be like, bam, Zombieland, Zombieland 2. Or better yet, if they came out with the third one, and then with the third one you got the 1 and 2, yeah, man, the full set, girl, it'd be awesome. Some people need to re-up their collections, you know what I'm saying? Then you have the whole trilogy. That's great. Who knows? I can only imagine where in the world they would go with the third one. There's so many places to go. I mean, yeah, it's just, you got to hit the right note and hit it where it needs to go. But like I said, phenomenal movie, well acted, well played. Has the first mentions of the rules and stuff like that, and then the rules for surviving a zombie apocalypse, and all stuff goes on there. I think there's a zombie at the beginning, but she looks like she probably like poops on beds and whatnot. And just phenomenal cast, well done, well played. Twinkies, big there. Twinkies survive the zombie apocalypse. Yeah, so it's good. Action, comedy, and I guess horror because it's got zombies in it. So action horror comedy. No, I'd say, well, action would be, maybe a comedy action horror. It's not really super scary, but it does have those elements in it. So you gotta get. It's not as much as like what it's in it, but how you place it first. You know, like a horror comedy is not a comedy horror. You know, you got to say it right. So if that makes sense, thank you so much for watching. And now the fourth movie, 2012, When the World Ended. I didn't see it happen. Like I said, I don't know what I'm doing with my hands here. It's trying to like block my face where I'm like, hey guys, how you do? What's going on? I don't know. But basically, 2012 is supposed to be the end of the world. And which way am I moving here? Okay. 2012 is supposed to be the end of the world, and you got John Cusack running around, and he's trying to save his family as the world is deteriorating and just literally falling apart. Literally falling apart. I mean, like, there's gigantic earthquakes, stuff is falling over everywhere. If I'm not mistaken, directed by Roland Emmerich, who has made a career out of disaster films, from this to Independence Day to with The Day After Tomorrow. Just so great, so great. And he, like I said, he did that genre very well, and we got to see a lot of epic stuff. And this movie, same. Like I said, it's well played, fun movie. Like there's people that can sit there and junk on it. I think the world in general is just like super overcritical. And it's one of those things where, like, instead of telling me how bad the movie is, tell me the one good thing about it. Tell me the one good thing. Like I said, the action sequences are phenomenal in this, and I enjoyed I enjoyed it. It was a good watch. Like I said, there's a lot of people who would say not a good watch or whatever world, because they I don't know, all this negativity is not good for the world. It's like one of those things where, like, you're training your brain to see the bad stuff, and that's bad. Where you can sit there and train your brain to see the good stuff, and that's good, and you start seeing good, and it becomes like, if you put forth the effort to do that, then eventually it becomes effortless, and you just start seeing that, and you have a sunny disposition. Like, I suffer from sunny disposition, but it's not that bad. Oh, there it is again. You know? Okay, we've gone through all 4 movies. Do you know what these 4 movies have in common? Other than they're in my collection? But that's one. Here we go. Monster House and The Big Lebowski both have Steve Buscemi in them. Told you it's going to be tricky because these are not all 4 connected, but they do have connections. Zombieland and 2012 both have Woody Harrelson in them. Bam. Watch this far, you're awesome, and just stay awesome, okay? Because that's great. And I'm going to be doing a video a day till I get a silver play button or a gold play button if I'm lucky. Thanks so much for watching. Tell a friend, like the video, subscribe and stuff like that, because I'll be doing all this. See you tomorrow.